So the first thing we have this week are 4 pieces of diamond plate, which I got for $10. I actually have a crafting idea for, I needed 1 piece of diamond plate, but for $10 I got 4. That's a pretty darn good price. And then we have a fire pit, which I got for my wife. She's been wanting one. I found it at a yard sale for 15 bucks. So if it's what she wants, we're all set. And if it just isn't what we want, we can donate it for 15 bucks. I couldn't really pass up on it. Greetings, YouTube. Time for another bargain video. So we have Ancient Mysteries, which is by the same group that did the book Ancient Inventions, which is one of the best books of ancient technology I have ever read. I have given copies of it away to friends. I highly recommend it, so I'm looking forward to this particular volume. We have Batman and Philosophy, The Dark Night of the Soul. I guess it's in a series of pop culture philosophy books. Picked it up for $1, so I'd give it 50 cents, so I'll give it a try. Scott Pilgrim's Precious Little Life, Volume 1. Now, I've never read any of the Scott Pilgrim world. I have seen the film, and I thought it was a little, well, actually more than a little whiny about young people having really bad relationships. But maybe that's just my age showing. So I'm hoping I'll enjoy the comic a little more, and if I don't, I get recycled. It gets recycled and sent off to a thrift shop. We have Leaf the Lucky, which is a child's book, which I purchased for my wife because the art in it is something that she's going to enjoy, I think. Witchcraft in Europe, 1100 to 1700, a documentary history. So yes, I've been bad. I bought 2 books, which I'm going to read. I'm always leaving, and that's probably going to end up as a reference book, so that's probably going to stick around. And then we have What If by Randall Munroe, the creator of XKCD, the online comic. If you don't read XKCD, I'd recommend it. It's quite entertaining. This was a birthday gift from my sister. I got that a little later than my birthday. Now we have some DVDs. We have Battle of Los Angeles, which is about alien invasion. And I've heard it's really, really bad. The guy that sold it to me, he liked it. But maybe he just wanted to get rid of it. I don't know, but I bought it. Night at the Museum. I'm not a Ben Stiller fan, but this has a commentary track, and I picked it up for $1, so I'll watch it again. My wife enjoyed it. We have Broken Flowers with Bill Murray, a film I had never heard of, nor had my wife, so we picked it up at a yard sale. Cloud Atlas. Interestingly, my wife asked me about this movie a day ago. I think it was yesterday. She said, Tom Hanks had a movie. I saw a trailer for it when she was watching Magic Mike. And she's like, it was about some, she started describing, and I said, yeah, it sounds like, Cloud Atlas. I haven't seen it. She said, yeah, it looks like it might be interesting. So I picked it up for, I think it was $1 or $2. Green Lantern, Emperor Emerald Knights, which is apparently a promo copy. It's still sealed, so apparently someone didn't want to watch it. But I'm sort of a Green Lantern fan, and I like DC's animation. We have the original Nightmare on Elm Street, which is probably going to be so quaint when I watch it. I bought it because it had a commentary track. Cary Grant, Frank Capra's Arsenic and Old Lace, a film I have not seen since I was a kid. Dr. Horrible's Sing-Along blog, which has a large commentary, the musical. So I'm looking forward to Commentary the Musical. I enjoyed it when it was originally released online, and now I have it. We have Mega Piranha, which is a very, very bad movie. We watched this, and Tiffany's in it. You will not recognize Tiffany at first glance. I didn't. That's all I'll say. Bad movie, however. My wife kept telling me to shut up and stop trying to pick it apart and just sit back and enjoy the stupid. Then we have Shaft with Samuel L. Jackson. We have Deep Rising, which is a film I ordered online, used, because I had not seen it since it was released, and I really enjoyed it. And it's a wonderful action film. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of stars early in their career are in this. So I think it's interesting to see a slice of how things went for these people when they were first coming into Hollywood. But Treat Williams was a treat. He was very, very entertaining. The Tourist. I'm a fan of Angelina Jolie, and my wife's a fan of Johnny Depp, and I got it for a good price, $1. Then we have Crossing Over, which I picked up really cheap, a Harrison Ford film that has Ray Liotta in it, and I had never heard of it. So I'm like, okay. Leviathan, which I think I actually may keep this case. So you can get that funky thing going on there, because I like the cover. And I got this to complete my trilogy of Abyss, Deep Star 6, and now Leviathan, all from the same time period. This is, having viewed it again, the number of things that they did in a very silly way in this film were innumerable. It was profound, but you know, it was still entertaining. And we have the remake of Race to Witch Mountain. I have Escape to Witch Mountain, the original, which I have to watch. And I've heard this isn't very good, but I wanted to get it so I can compare the two. The Astronaut Farmer, a film I have not seen, but I heard relatively decent things about it. And then we have Paul, the unrated version. Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, Jason Bateman, Christian Wiig, Sigourney Weaver, and with Seth Rogen as the voice of Paul the alien. And I remember this being released, and I remember hearing nothing about it as far as how well it did at the theater. We watched this last night. I picked this up for $5 at Target. We really loved it, and we're going to watch it again to get the commentary track. I was really surprised. I think of a film that was this entertaining and chock full of science fiction Easter eggs. And I'm just like, this didn't do better? I was stunned. So if people can tell me what they thought of Paul, I appreciate it. I really enjoyed myself. Okay, that's the first part. Next part is the general weird stuff. Welcome back. Alright, so first thing we have are some planters. My wife actually got 4 of these. We've actually used one already. And a friend of hers used to work at Lowe's, apparently, and when they were getting rid of some stuff at the end of the season, he took these, and he gave them to my wife because he didn't end up using them. We have some lawn lights. These are the kind of lights you have little solar panels on top, and you for your walkway and such. I picked them up at Target for $1.50 each at the end of the season. I have actually 6 of these brackets, 3 of each, 3 white and 3 silver. I picked up those up at a yard sale for $0.25 a piece, I think it was. Somebody didn't want them. I know that I can use them to put shelves together someplace. Then we have a 1 1/4 inch wrench. Now I actually thought I needed this size. I don't. I need a size that's larger than this, but it was a really good price, and it makes a great improvised impact weapon. This is just about the perfect weight for a one-handed impact weapon. It really is just a lovely size. Then we have this wrench, which is a type I didn't have in my collection, which is and also it's in nice condition. I mean, yeah, it's used, it's old, but it's I quite like it, and I picked it up at a yard sale. Then I picked this up at a flea market, and I get the feeling this was purpose-built, as in this came with like a machine of some variety, and it's used to tighten something, because it's a very specific shape and design. I happen to like it aesthetically, and also it is, again, a great one-handed impact weapon. Then we have a Coleman LED light. This has got 5 bulbs. I picked it up at Walmart for $12. It was on sale. And I wanted to check it out and see what kind of quality it had. It looks like you can candle it, and we'll see how hard it is for the button to be pressed. So whether it makes a good in the bag kind of in the throat in the toolbox kind of tool. Then we have some figures. This is a weird alien bug thing. I don't know what it's from. I have to do a little research maybe. But it's got a screw. I don't know why. Maybe I can open it up. We'll find out. I picked that up at a flea market. I picked this up because my wife will find it entertaining. You move the arm and the jaw opens up. She'll find that very amusing. I know my wife. Then we have the Safari Limited Phoenix figure, which I picked up for $1. And it's in pretty decent shape. It really is. Normally it goes for considerably more than $1. Add that to my fantasy figure collection. Now we have another late birthday gift from a friend of mine, my friend Felicia. Felicia's made a few guest appearances in my videos in the past, and she hand knitted these for me. These are fingerless gloves, and I really like the color, and the texture is nice, and they fit very well. And you know, they're handmade, which is really kind of cool. But the best find of this video is this object right here. This is a Hurley stick. You use it to play the Irish game of Hurley, and I have no idea how to play Hurley, none whatsoever. I stumbled upon this years ago online when I saw the sticks, and I'm like, oh, those look awesome. They make those are like the perfect shape for a war club. But I wasn't willing to pay the price. At the time, it was like $35 or $40 for a Hurley stick. And this is a 32-inch Hurley stick, I think. I think that's actually a little small for me. But when I'm holding it, I can hold it in my hand and it doesn't touch the ground, so I like that length. I have no idea if it's the right length for me to play Hurley. I'm never going to play Hurley. But I wanted it, and I picked it up at a yard sale for $1. In fact, the guy that sold me the brackets up here sold me this as well. When I got it, the grain was open. It hadn't been cared for. It was obviously had been exposed to moisture, so I gave it a light sanding, and then I treated it with mineral oil that I kind of put some moisture back in the wood without really changing the color at all. It also helped clean it up a little. For example, you see there's a little spot of red right here that was considerably larger before I sanded it, and I didn't want to sand it too much. I didn't want to change the shape, or it's got a little, got a little history on it, and I'm okay with that. But it's just the perfect shape for a war club. I mean, this is right out of the same wheelhouse as, Native American and Polynesian war clubs, wooden war clubs. This is that same ballpark. This is awesome. So that was a great find. I never thought I'd stumble upon something like this. Now, the one last sporting piece of equipment I want to add to my collection is a cricket bat, but they're not cheap, and I would like to find one cheap somewhere. So hopefully someday we'll find out. But here you go, folks. This is my finds of the last few weeks. It's been a while. I've been a little tight on cash. We had some unexpected medical bills drop in our lap. So I haven't done a lot of bargain hunting. But there you go, folks. These are my finds, and a lovely selection of wrenches.